So many people don't really understand that there's like hidden signs. Actually, they're not even hidden. They're show themselves very obviously in our life sometimes. And I'm very fortunate to have, the guidance from Herman, because he told me that somebody would reach out to me, somebody that's no longer here on earth. And that person did reach out to me, and it was in the form of a dream. And the dream that I had was very interesting, and it was very real. The feelings that I felt were unlike anything that I could explain into words. And so the reason why we want to share this is because everybody has those signs, or everybody is getting those messages sent to them all the time, but not always are we able to translate them or to understand them.
Or worthy of them, right? Because for a lot of people, let's take this for an example. Let's say all you do is party, get wasted, waste your life, hang around a lot of losers, right? Don't do anything with your life, don't have that purpose. Then how can you truly be genuine enough or worthy enough to receive such a special message? You're not. And so what you're describing is, for a lot of people, is they want to hear their mom that passed. They want to hear their grandparent that passed. They want this, they want that. They're looking for a sign, they're looking for something. But are they preparing themselves to be worthy enough for that message? Are they becoming great hosts or guardians of that wisdom or of that knowledge? And for a lot of people, they're just not. And so when we move on and we understand in life that if we want to get these messages or read between the lines or see these clues that are hidden every single place, you just have to know where to look and how to look for them. We have to be very careful to ensure that when we are finally receiving these humble messages, when we're finally worthy of such messages, we have to learn to humble ourselves to truly understand those messages so we can apply them. Because a lot of these messages, they are from experiences. They come from those that came before us, and they're sharing experiences to us to make sure we don't make the same mistakes.
Yeah.
They're like warnings, they're signs, they're giving you something to awaken you, right? Now, for a lot of people, they just don't understand that. And for you, if you want to, expand on that, before you met me, you didn't understand any of these concepts. But now that we are talking and you've experienced that through your dream, maybe you can relate that to the average person so that maybe they can start seeing their signs, or they can start relating to those signs.
Yeah. And when you talk about the worthiness, it resonates a lot with me, because I was that person that you described that didn't have any concept of life or understanding, and was just simply living for physical desires. Mm-hmm. And when I started to make those changes, that's when a lot of my entire environment changed. Mm-hmm. And that brought like the worthiness into my life. And then when I did receive that message, it completely just humbled me 10 times even more.
Yeah.
And I was very grateful for it, and just wanted to do everything in my power to honor it and to do something with it. And so for everybody that's watching, like, how can we validify the things that we're experiencing? Are they true signs, or how do we find that validation?
Well, number one, you have to cleanse yourself. It's like if we took this glass of water and all we did was put one drop of blue fruit color in, what does that do for the rest of the water?
It'll turn the whole thing blue.
So what are you supposed to do? Can it ever be this clean glass of water ever again?
No.
So let's say you want to put red now. So you take just even one drop of red and you put it into this. What does that do?
It'll change it to purple.
So then all of a sudden you have all these different colors, but how do you extract it to get back to this?
You have to let go of all those bad habits.
You have to dump this completely out, so that whatever you choose to fill it back up again, you make sure you never taint it. And for a lot of people, when you see a baby, this is what you see. You see the purity, you see the innocence, you see the love. That's the product. This is the clean slate. But as soon as the baby wants something, desires something, attached to something, the drops start tainting. And then when they don't get what they want, they cry. Why? The attachment was so strong. Can't let it go. Attachment is so strong. All they want to do is hold on to it forever. Now, those could be your emotions as an adult, those could be people as an adult, those could be vices as an adult. But what we have to learn to do is always maintain this purity, because if we don't maintain this purity, then that's called aging. That's called suffering. See, there's 4 forms of suffering. In Chinese, it's sang lo beng sei, birth, aging, sickness, and death. It doesn't matter who you are, where you come from, you must go through all 4 gates of birth, aging, sickness, and death. Now, for a lot of people, they think birth is the greatest thing. But that birth, you may think, is the greatest thing, but it invites and opens the doors for you to age, for you to get sick.
Yeah.
And then when you pass on, they say, oh, that was so hard. But what people don't realize is when you pass on, it's not so hard for you, it's hard on all those that love you.
Exactly.
Because of the suffering. And for a lot of us, we have to learn to eliminate the suffering of those around us. And the more we can help eliminate the suffering of those around us, the easier it is for that suffering to be lessened on our life. It's easier for us to be lessened on the burdens we have in our life. And once we were at that point that we are lessening and lessening all that baggage and all those burdens, then we no longer have regrets. Take for an example, when you go to a eulogy, and not to get morbid, but let's say you went to a eulogy, do they say, you know what, I love Bobby's PowerPoints. You know what, I love Mark's ability to increase quarterly revenue. Do they ever say that at a eulogy? No, because those things don't matter. That's just riches. That's just relevant for that purpose. But what do they say? They say, you know what, I remember a time when so-and-so did this for me, and I could never pay them back.
Yeah.
So-and-so did this for me, and I didn't even expect it. So-and-so did this for me, and you know what? It changed my son's life, changed my daughter's life, right? Because that's where the real value is. That's where the real wealth is.
Yeah.
But everybody's chasing riches. And as soon as you go chasing riches, you'll never find it. Because riches are everything that's tangible. Wealth is everything that's intangible. Right?
Wow.
Like love, like family, all of these things. All the intangibles is what we all want, but you get distracted with all the riches, you lose all the intangibles, you sacrifice all of your infinite goodness for something that's finite. That is a losing ROI.
Yeah.
Your return on investment is very bad there, because remember, when this is gone, you still have an infinite amount of time where there's no space and time. So you're sacrificing something for the now, and you are hurting your ROI for the later. Because there's no guarantee you can come back and ever own a vessel like this. There is no guarantee. So that's why you have to make sure you maximize each and every second of each and every day, understand the value of every moment that you breathe, and you'll understand how important it is to never waste a moment. Never waste a moment thinking that you are better than life itself. Always understand that when we live, we never live for ourselves. We live for others. Yes, we take care of ourselves. Yes, we want to make sure we eat healthy. Yes, we want to exercise. But so we have more to offer, so we have more to give, so we have more to share. And if we're not doing any of these things, then we're dying.
Yeah. And we're causing suffering to more people if we don't take care of ourselves.
Exactly.
Because that's when, elders get sick, parents get sick, and it causes the whole family to
Suffer. Exactly. And when you see someone who goes into the hospital, someone who's so well loved and beloved, what does that do for the family? Energy goes down.
Yeah.
Everyone is sad. Everyone is hurt. Everyone's lost. Fear sets in because of the unknown. How does that make the person who's sick now want to pass away peacefully?
It's hard for them too.
It is very difficult for them because they are so attached to the emotions that are around their environment. So if all they have is crying, sad, hurt, pain, how could they truly cross over freely when they have all these emotions and all these attachments still to this world? You cannot. And so for us to ever truly cross over and rest in peace, we have to first learn to live in peace.
That's beautiful.
Right? And not until we learn to live in peace can anybody truly rest in peace. Because remember, we never live a life just for ourselves. We live a life for everybody else, because every action you have will have an opposite and equal reaction to someone out there. An impact somewhere out there. You may not realize it, But just that 1 degree of deviation can make the biggest change. Do you understand that?
Yes.